Alright, I'll probably have to do some noise reduction later, but this is more of just a test to try things out, so should be okay. Oh, wow. I don't remember this. Oh, this used to be so much simpler. Holy heck. This isn't so bad. So yeah, again, this is more ideas with, you know, an overlooking sniping type thing. Here, I used to have some sort of idea of like, I don't know, Ts could like shoot a button below and drop the CTs into like a pit of spikes or something. There's this back around area that takes you behind, and this sort of I liked loops and the idea of always being able to run to somewhere. I didn't like the concept of being confined in a corner, but at the same time there's a lot of corners in this map, and just other maps of mine in general. There's not a lot of like cover to stand behind as you're running forward. There's a lot of just kind of finding hidey holes and sticking to the edges. I really wish I had the bravery to just put down some crates in the middle and call it a day, but I didn't have that for some reason. I even got like this sniping spot over from like CT spawn that they could look over, but it would take them time to get into the site. The side entrance. See, I think something kind of unique about this layout for me is that there's actually two bomb sites. We got this over here, which is the main construction area, sort of this inner villa type location. And over on the other side, we have sort of this shipping dock receiving area, which features a church for some reason, because I really liked Tulip. This, which I had not decided on yet, I don't know, some seaside location. T is connecting back over through here. There's like a one-way drop down. Oh my gosh. For some reason, I like the idea of risk reward, that you could go up here as a solo player and take your sweet time, or you could boost two players up here. Oh, I can get up here on my own, or skill jumps, I don't know, and get to the A site like really quickly. But on CT side, you could walk over here and use this as a sniping location to try and cover A site, but with really bad visibility and way too many angles. And I thought it would be fun to counter that by providing the Ts with a counter sniping location, or I don't know, do not enter, like, I don't know, is it not possible? Is it only possible to boost up there, maybe? Yeah, it is only possible to boost up there. But, you know, there's this going on. Like, there's a lot of complexity to this single small space. I did recognize that, and so in the follow-up I actually tried to widen this space open. There was kind of a few issues with that. I think it helped to remedy this location, but conceptually these areas felt a bit strange, but I didn't mind how straightforward this seemed, as like, this is the fast way you can boost people in, and this is the main way that you can sort of fight your way through. There's bad geometry to get stuck on though, and you know, I liked loops, but I also liked forcing players to go in very specific directions. You've got this upper area over here. Again, the staircases with the loopty stairs, like, this is like 4 turns. Like, this is so much mouse movement. It's kind of annoying to walk through and try to do stuff with. I really liked weird angles. I just wanted something unique and interesting. And then, you know, you've got this palette in the middle of all these sort of lumber bits, but it's still not effective cover because your head is still visible. You know, it felt kind of strange. And even at this stage, I'm still trying to contextualize everything constantly. Like, this is a crane, and this is like a garden, and this is some sort of back alley for a villa, and some pipes and a forklift area. Like, you know, it's all dev textures, so the intent was to be prototype, but there's just so much detail trying to contextualize everything that it feels like it really misses the point of trying to get good gameplay done. Again, like I put a ladder that's this long, that's super easy to fall off. Why did I do that? Like, Arcane would smite me on the spot for that. But, I think I put this here because I couldn't figure out anything else to put there. This is kill me. It does not instantly kill me, but it will drown me. I don't... Did I actually want to make it so you could hide in water like this? If... Maybe you can hide underwater. I don't know. Or you could hide the bomb in there. This... I really just liked gimmicks, I guess. It just feels kind of strange, but that was really a lot of my focus on putting this map together. Oh yeah, and we can't forget that there's a sniping spot up here in B2. But like for CTs, or for Ts who have already taken it and they've overrun the CTs, a lot of the gameplay supposing that I did was on the concept that one team would overrun the other team and the other team would have to fall back. You know, kind of like a MOBA or something. And I'd say that kind of exists sometimes, but it's less so falling back and more that the team like overtakes an entire area, because time to kill is like super quick, so you can't like react by falling back. You kind of have to give up the area and you have to find another way in. There's not too many like unique entrances. Like this one location splits off into two directions, but that's kind of it. And then there's this opposite entrance, but this is sort of blocked off by having to go through long, and I don't know. I did make a lot of considerations for sightlines with this map. I think that's a new thing. Like I wanted it to be that you could actually use cover and like hide behind it. I remember actually having a lot of fun, just the fact that I had a crate to hide behind and like do like quick firefights in and out of. I don't know why I didn't take that as a indication that I could have done something like that sooner, but I don't know. Lots of height variation, of course, but I really wanted to keep sightlines like sane, at least. You know, there's at least a couple of spots where you have to check two places at once, and it's not great. But I was thinking a lot harder about sightlines when it came to this one. You know, T-Spawn has this kind of sightline, but that's okay. And in this sort of underscaled version of the map, I'd say the sightlines are almost a non-issue, except for maybe like here and here, and if somebody's hanging out over there, this is a weird angle. But, you know, otherwise there's not too much of an issue with like super long sightlines. Maybe you can count this. This is somebody who's going to be going like right up the ladder and has no protection, so it's really risky, but it's CT, so you kind of want to use it to rotate, but I don't know. I had a lot of decisions going through my head as I made it, and I could tell now, compared to previous maps, this one was made with a lot more intention. You know, I'm still plagued by my desire to make everything contextualized and feel like it makes sense, but at the very least, I'm still trying to do stuff that works, that feels like it kind of makes some coherent game sense, even if I don't totally know the game I'm playing. With that, I can move on to the finished version of Stopoff. I actually finished it. I removed all dev textures, which is even more finished than my last finished map. With that, oh yeah, and I did a pretty decent job with the radar image. I'm pleasantly surprised that it worked out that decently. What does this say? Feedback is appreciated. D Stopoff Beta 1 by Goodnight, because I was not super out yet as trans, so I just called myself Goodnight, and that's how I went about my thing. Nuke assets.